I want you to think about.
Yo, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Hey, it's May. Happy May 2nd. This year's flying by, guys. Good morning. Say what's up in the chat. Like the stream on your way in, boys and girls. Kick your shoes off. Grab yourself a coffee or a water, a beverage of your choosing. Make yourself comfortable, boys and girls. It's NFP Friday. Come on. Good morning, guys. Oh, let's see who we got in here. What's up, Mahavir, Zachariah, Garad. Deletes, OK, Van Chan, MJ, Sam Sword, Zachariah, Springbok, Offshore 47, HTX Vibe, Offshore, Sasha, Nika, Ryan, Sam, Nate, Maida, good morning, Allie, good morning. Oh, man, good morning, guys, good morning. What's up, Johnny? Good morning. What's up, Brian? Good to see you, man. Dojo, Lisu, Christian, good morning, guys. Good morning. Let me know in the chat what you guys got going on today. Looking at the poll so far, we got most of the chat is bullish, really. 50% of the chat is bullish with 140 votes so far. We'll see. It is Friday, boys and girls. Let's dive into these charts. We got market just opened up here. So, looking at price, we had price... to be honest, kind of make these moves at inconvenient times, in my opinion, the last couple of days. So, obviously, you guys know how I was bullish after we had this rebalance here. So, we had rebalanced to equilibrium here on this price leg. And then this ginormous pump. We ended up getting a nice move back to data highs on Wednesday. So, if you guys ended up catching the longs after stream, they did continue. Some of you guys I know were holding, so... a lot of you guys might have caught the entirety of that move. I was able to catch another long, 2 data highs on Wednesday. But obviously I didn't hold my long from the AM stream. Let me turn the music down a little bit. And then yesterday, no stream yesterday, day before NFP. I ended up taking one trade yesterday and it got stopped at break even. And then I just said, yeah, I'm not even going to bother because we were just kind of chopping sideways in here. But we got this push up pretty much after hours on Wednesday, and then yesterday we ended up getting a nice sell-off right at the end of the day. We had I believe it was Apple and Amazon earnings come out right at the end of the day, so then we got a nice sell-off. And so far today we've had pre-market news come out and we push price straight up. We took out this external high. That's why I thought it was interesting when you guys said that you were still bullish. I was kind of expecting the most of the votes to be bearish because of this, but maybe not. Well, let's close the poll off here before it gets too late into the open here. We're yeah, half the chat's bullish. We'll leave it at that. Keep that in mind, boys and girls. But we pushed up, we took out this high. Let me check ES here quick. No SMT. So we do have a potential 2-stage delivery setting up here, boys and girls. Potentially a move back down to the data lows. We have a flat open candle here at 8:30. So 8:30 opens up and we just go straight up. We don't even have a lower wick on this candle. So I think I could very much see a move back to data low on this. And then that would also align with the TGIF setup. Here's the weekly candle so far, boys and girls. So obviously a 20 to 30% retracement on this weekly candle would align with that as well. So let's see. Won't force it, obviously, if it's not there. At least I'll do my very best to not force it. How's that sound? Let me pull up. Let's do this. Probably not quite that many contracts. There we go, something like that. 1 hour. Now, here's the other thing too. So I know that some of you guys might be eyeing up. Let's go to the 1 hour here. Like our next buy side draw would obviously be this external high up here at 20,536. You know, I don't really have the opinion that we go there today. I think we would leave, more than likely, I think we would leave that for, you know, either next week or something like that. So that is kind of what I'm thinking, just in terms of the even just the weekly range and the weekly profile. So just wanted to cover that because I'm sure some of you guys are thinking about that as that next buy side draw. I am bullish overall, as most of you guys know at this point. Doesn't mean that I don't want to see rebalances take place before new legs higher. Good morning, guys. What's up? Bullish why? I don't know. Probably because market's pumping. I'm not necessarily bullish right now. I'd say I'm more so leaning bearish. I'd like to see a retracement, a two-stage delivery back down to the data low, to tell you the truth. Is what I'd prefer to see. We're getting a sell-off here, pushing a little bit. We're only 4 minutes into the open. Sometimes on NFP Friday, market can make the move early. You know, if you're waiting for the macro or 10 a.m., sometimes you end up getting left behind. We don't have any news at 10 a.m. this morning. Unemployment today? Oh, unemployment rate. Let's put me the 5 minute over here. Nice little 3 minute BPR tab right here off the high. I'm not gonna mark it out. Data low is 8:30 open, boys and girls. Real question is, why do you trade with a bias? That way I have a plan coming into the market based on the higher time frames. Obviously I can be given new information and change my bias, change my mind, but usually a bias is formed off the higher time frame, and you know, that way you don't end up getting caught in a situation where you're just flipping your bias back and forth on the lower time frames. Because if you're looking at the 1 minute, the 5 minute, sometimes even the 15, it's really easy to think the price is looking like it's going to do something that it's really not. And then before you know it, before a candle closure, it wicks all the way back and your original bias was right. Sometimes you just have to be stubborn and stick with it based off of what you analyze on the higher time frames, right? 4 hour, daily, etc. So yes, boys, no longer, I mentioned this earlier in the week. No longer affiliated with Top Step. No longer. They didn't want me anymore, boys. They said you're making your Indian accent's offensive, and you're bad at it. It sounds Russian. I know. What the fuck? No, I'm just playing. But no, it sounds like they're actually working towards, which we talked about this already as well. It sounds like they're working towards becoming an IB, an independent broker, which based on FTC regulations, it's not even allowed to have the same like affiliate structure that we see in the space. But no, it's all good. It's all good. As you guys know, I've been forced. Well, obviously it was my decision to do it, but because of that, part of the agreement was I wasn't able to be affiliated with anybody else. I wasn't able to promote anybody else, really talk about anybody else in the prop firm space that goes. So I was exclusive, right? So, you know, I'm like a little bird that can finally get pushed out of the nest and spread its wings for the first time. For the first time, boys. So now it's gonna be about accumulating as many funded accounts across firms as I can. And we're just going to add to the portfolio and see how far we can take this thing. Eventually, this isn't going to happen anytime soon, but eventually, boys, we're coming for Jade Cap's record. I can't promise. It's probably not going to be in 2025. I don't know if it'll be in 2026, but by God, eventually, it's going to happen. You're hearing it here first. It will happen someday. Okay. And we'll do it all live. We'll do as much of it live as we can. We'll do as much of it live as we can. Does that sound like a deal? All right. Glad you guys agree. Bro, why is you Bro, why is you bearish? Oh my god. I gotta stop saying it. I've been editing up like my old streams for like short form content and TikToks and stuff. And I'm like, wow, I'm saying that a lot lately. Maybe I should come up with a new catchphrase for a little bit. Good morning, guys. Yeah, let's see. We're pulling back into obviously some 15-minute higher time frame imbalance here to the left. Obviously, I don't want to be too picky and get left behind. I was kind of hoping to see a little bit better structure on the 5-minute, truthfully. 2-minute BPR being left here at 9:30 open. This is also, I believe, first presented. Where's first presented, actually? It's actually, yeah, it's right here on the 1-minute as well. I like this 2-minute. I think this 2-minute looks pretty clean. No gap there on ES. I'm tempted to take this short attempt here, but seeing, I don't know if I'm not really exactly loving the way that this is formed at the moment, to be honest. I don't like this strong move back up either. I think this might just get blown out. We'll see. We'll see. My bearish bias, if I do get shorts, is going to be the data lows anyway. So we got some room. I'm just not liking the way that this looks right now. This looks sharp off of this 15-minute. Probably 30-minute as well. Let's see. Yeah, 30-minute gap as well. Yeah, Jacob, it's kind of a running joke at this point. I think a lot of the comments that you're seeing in the chat, why you bearish, why you bullish, is honestly just an inside joke at this point. I think like for the last week and a half, almost 2 weeks, it's been like a phenomenon. Every single trade that I've taken and won, it's been like, as soon as I take the trade, like just a bunch of people, they do have similar names, seem to just like go nuts and question why I'm taking that trade, and then it plays out, and then they don't say anything. Inside joke. Some of them might be serious, most are not. No, I'm not taking this inversion long. I'm not personally, no. Not to say you guys can if you want. Go for it. Don't wait for me. Don't wait for me. I'm just a streamer. None of us know what the hell we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Also, by the way, guys, so I did take a payout on 3 of the 5 XFAs as well on Wednesday. They haven't processed it yet, but they did deduct the money from my accounts finally this morning. So I think it should be good. Probably get the email at some point here this morning. So that's good. That's good. So, but yeah, I ended up taking the payout only from 3 of the 5. Want to get a little bit more cushion on the other 2 first. I'll probably just like stagger the payouts on those. Like, I'll probably do it in increments where I take payouts from these 3 and then I'll take separate payouts from like the other 2 at this point, just because that's kind of how it's working out. So, yeah, but no, I took out just under Yeah, we'll just call it. I'll just call it 2K per account. So just a little under 6,000. Yeah, and that was my only. That was my only payout for April. I know. We gotta step this up. Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably get moved to live. I mean, I'm not like running up like massive numbers by any means, so I don't think I'll get moved to live early at all. Probably be a couple more payouts, and then might get that call up. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe I'll just not take any more payouts and just keep running it up until they make me. We'll see. Maybe. I say that, but you guys know me. I like to preach once you've qualified for a payout, that anything above your buffer is like fair game to take out, and you don't get in the habit of making your prop firm account a savings account, right? Like pay yourself, because if you don't pay yourself, you end up giving it back. I learned that firsthand. My first 2 ever funded accounts was up some nice profits on both of them, and I gave it all back like a ding dong trying to go for big P&L numbers. So yeah. That's part of the game, though. Who am I kidding? It'll probably happen again at some point in the future. We'll see. Did I hear about the guy who lost 400K yesterday? I don't think so, no. I don't think so. It doesn't surprise me, though. There's all sorts of crazy stuff that goes on all over the place that, we only hear about the stuff that the people on social media or in the public eye actually talk about, He was reaching for 1 million payout. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's all relative, right? At the end of the day, though. I mean, once you've got depending on your accounts, your account sizes, all that stuff put together. I mean, it's all relative. So once you've got the capital, some of us are worried about maybe $4,000 swings, and then you got other people who got 400K swings is the the equivalent. Yeah, we're doing a little chop in here at this level. It looks like we're kind of flipping this PD array bullish, though, for at least another push higher. I know that obviously most of the chat was bullish. So I don't know if that means that most of the chat is actively seeking and entering longs at this moment off of this this inversion, and now tap into this fair value gap here. Very possibly could be. It's just hard for me to stay heavy bullish at this point in the week, and also given that it's NFP Friday, and generally I like to see 2-stage delivery more often than not on this day. So it's just hard for me to hold like a really strong bullish bias for all those reasons right now. How many fundeds have I blown? Up. Couple handful, maybe. I don't know. Dozen. Lang Trades isn't he trading on like CFD brokers? If so, I just think it's all cap. At this point, if anybody is trading on anything that's CFD Forex broker related, and they're from, especially if they're from the United States, you can't convince me any other way. I think you're a scammer. Might not be, but I think you are. Why would you do that? Nobody with a brainstem is going to have that much capital sitting in a CFD offshore broker account. No fucking chance. It's a deal with the broker, in my opinion. We're making a demo account look real. How's the Bulls feeling right now? How's the Bulls feeling right now? We nervous? Buy side being generated, feeling good. Oh my god, it's cope. They're coping. The Bulls are coping. They're coping. Or am I coping? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out soon. I know that. Yes, NQ. I'm looking for SMT. We don't have any, but we actually are getting some at this low now. There's a bullish SMT here. There's 1 minute left on this candle, and honestly, if we get this closure below here, and I could see me be trying this retest for short, but if we don't close, then I don't know that. Maybe the Bulls were right. Maybe we generated some buy side here. Maybe. Let's see, boys. Can we get through the gap? Can we get through the gap? Or not? SMT here for now. $15-minute wicking back up here. And we got what? Macro's just starting. Okay. Well, we didn't get left behind on anything in the early part of the opening range. Holy cow. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and set a sell limit here. I hope I get picked up on this. Oh boy. I'm gonna do a starter right now in case this just runs. I'm gonna add to this. I'll add a couple more if we pull back up. You see what I'm saying? Oh no, I don't know. We'll see. Did you guys see that reaction though? We just flipped on a dime. Flipped on an absolute dime. I hope it doesn't flip that aggressively back higher because I don't have a stop loss in right now. I'll add a couple more contracts to this if we can get this pull back up into here. if we retap this 1 minute order block. And then stops going here. Okay. Let me in. Bruh. There we go. Okay. Sometimes it doesn't put you in right away, and then it lags, and then I didn't want to spam click it, and then it put me in a bunch of times. Okay, so Phil's getting moved to here. Still over 1 to 2 here being offered. All right. I mean, I think this should expand lower here, seeing all of this. Let's see. Yeah, it's choppy here. Such aggressive, like these are aggressive spikes too. Both directions. It's kind of freaking me out. Looks like a trap. Listen, sometimes you get caught in the trap. Give her a try. Yeah, 10 a.m. is in like 5 minutes as well. So if this trade fails, I'll probably wait for just 10 a.m. and try to frame a 4-hour PO3. But I thought this attempt looked good enough to give it a try. We're wicking all the way back up. You can see here on the 15-minute. Look at that. Yeah. Stopped out on that one, boys. Damn. You bastard. What's my risk on that? Oh, that's not bad. Huh. I got caught in the trap, boys. What's the win rate? 0% today. %0 today. But these are all the sessions this week. So this week I took 3 losses last Friday. I kind of went on tilt a little bit. But I mean, outside of like just one red day here and there, we've been doing extremely well like the last few months. But this week, 1 loss, 1 win on this Monday, 85-point winner on Tuesday, 130-point winner on Wednesday. Didn't stream yesterday, and so far 1 loss this morning. Is how we have done so far. This is just fucking nasty. What are we doing? Don't tell me you just stop hunted me. You're gonna tick me off, NASDAQ. Do not do this today. Do not do this today, NASDAQ. I swear. Bro, this is wicked in here. This is like relentless. What's up, Natalie? Journaling with YouTube. That's right. Hey, we do it live. I can't hide nothing from you as much as I want to. I want to hide it all. All you guys do is judge me no matter what. Wish I could hide from you, but I can't. Mr. Darwala. Dude, where you been? You know, guys. Shoot. This is obviously messy in here. If we get this inversion here, I don't know if it'll be generous enough to come back and pick my trade up. I would like to give it another attempt for this data low. Still over a 1 to 2. Stop would be a little bit bigger. I'd put it above this recent high. But I mean, it'd be pretty unfortunate if it just ran up here again just to stop. Got stop hunted and manipulate this high one more time. Looking at ES. ES is for the moment showing respect to here. Turn a low there. I don't think we've taken that out yet, no. Well, I don't want to just replay the move without getting more confirmation that price is going to be willing. I don't want, like I said, I don't want to force anything. I don't want to force shorts. Right? So I told you guys I was going to do my darndest. I was going to do my very best not to force anything. So I don't want to do that. I want to take only things that price is showing me a willingness to do. Yeah, I see all these equal highs that it's creating here. I see some of you guys talking about that. But sometimes you just got to change your time frame. You could see the logic in shorts, like just look at a 15-minute. So again, not trying to flip bias ever off of the 1-minute chart. But in terms of the 1 minute here, we do have kind of a clash of PD rays, bullish breaker here. We did take out that SMT, however. So that was interesting, but we're just stuck in this range. Whenever it breaks out of here, I feel like it's going to just move. Ready for longs? Nope. Can't say I am. If I was ready for him, I'd be in him. You know? We got new 4-hour candle here as well, boys and girls. So 4-hour PO3 potentially nice framework to be using here. Let's find out. Yeah, you can see how that previous 4-hour candle closed off that high. Still closed pretty strong though. Still closed pretty strong. Hey, shout out Bulls. R.I.P. me. You know? Gotta give it to him. Gotta give it to him. Do we have SMT off the highs? Not yet. Well, these internal highs we have SMT, yeah. Not off this high though. Not yet. We will once Nasdaq runs this out. It'll be kind of sharp too. ES is really lagging behind here if we're bullish. I'll tell you what, I haven't taken a trade on ES in a while. I haven't taken a trade on ES in a while. Do I say F it and do that today is the question. Because you know ES is beating NQ to the data low. We all know that. I mean, that's obvious if we sell off here. It's an if right now. Michael thinks it's bullish. Are you talking about the Michael right above your comment, or are you talking about old MJH? Both. We'll see. So far, it's been the case. I can tell, Mohammed. Apparently, that's every single day, though. So. But I would have to see a little bit more than what I'm seeing here for me to like totally abandon my bearish bias and flip bullish. I would say. Starting with this 15-minute, you know, we got 7 minutes left on this candle, so this candle could do anything in the next 7 minutes. But if we got a closure above here, and had an opportunity to play something internally for more upside, I could see then, but I'm waiting until we get some higher time frame closures above this high before I look for more upside. Yeah, we also are in a one. Yeah, I guess We didn't even mention that, but here is so far the monthly candles. So we've taken out April high already. And we're in a monthly bearish gap. I mean, it's a big, I mean, we could dig up into it. We could totally inverse that gap. But I think it's reasonable on a Friday, huge expansion week. One to expect, again, possible TGIF and, you know, monthly highs taken. I feel like it's reasonable to lean bearish. You know what I'm saying? TGIF is a 20 to 30% retracement of the weekly candlestick. After an expansion week, TGIF is the basically open high low close. So really the weekly power of 3. $20 to 30% retracement off the highs from the high or the low, depending on if you were bullish or bearish that week. However, I did hear ICT say, I watched his video last night, or his market review, and he did say that he felt like the objective was met already yesterday, which was this buy side level. Where was it at? Maybe it was here, this level he was talking about, but objective having already been met before even NFP Friday. Five-minute, this is looking strong. Like we're not getting huge like reactions here off these highs for lower right now. And 15-minute closes here in the next 5 minutes. Yeah, man. Congrats to the Bulls. Congrats to the Bulls. And congrats to the faders. The chat faders. You guys are officially what is that? You guys are officially 1-3 on me this week. Good work. You got to say it because you know the people are in the chat. Some of them just watching, waiting for a stop out. You know they're there. You know it. Equal low on NASDAQ 840 to 945. I guess 5 minutes for a second hit. That's true, Leo. That is probably true. Yes, Yusef. I saw your question yesterday in the Discord, and I didn't answer it, mainly because I was like, usually you're on stream, so I figured I'd cover it here, and I just didn't want to type it all out, if I'm being totally honest. Let me find it. You said, oh shit. You said that you passed a 50K combine. Question now, I have funded before you went up 2.5K, then lost it all. It was chaos. Couldn't pass an account until I worked on mentality, stopped revenge trading and refined model. That in mind, I would have to ask you the following. How would you advise to manage your RR on a 50K funded account? Like, what maximum loss should I set? Maintain account, not lose build money over time on it. So here's what I did. As you guys know, I've been copy trading multiple 50K accounts. And as of now, I should have another payout hitting at some point this morning. I should get the email, I'm assuming. But what I've done on these accounts is I have not risked more than like $250 per trade attempt. And I'm really only looking to capitalize most days on New York AM session, macros around silver, bullet hour, and I don't really allow myself. I didn't allow myself ever to take more than 2 losses in a row, like in one day. without being done on those accounts. Like if you have other accounts, you can trade those, right? But you can't turn a bad day into a worse day, which is really easy to do because everybody's always looking at their P&L, and it's hard to walk away when you're red. We're competitive. You want to see green on your chart. You don't like being wrong, or green on your P&L, I should say. So that's what I did. What's the math on that? It was like 8 trades you have to lose in a row before you blow your account. And that is if you risk 250. That is if you risk 250. Sometimes you might be just under that. For example, like if let's say you're looking at let's just use even like the E-mini chart, right? So like let's say you're doing your analysis on the E-mini chart, but like you're trading micros. I have my long and short position tool. If you go to the settings here, I have the risk set at 250. Account size is 2,000 because that's the margin on a 50K account. So lot size 1, all of this just like this. And then when you set up your stop loss and take profit, your long or short tool, and you're looking at this quantity right here. So because I'm looking at the E-mini chart, you would just look at this as 0.4, aka 4 micros. So you can trade 4 micros and still be risking 250, or like you're risking less than 250 or up to 250. Does that make sense? So if you risked 0.5 or 5 micros, you'd be just over 250, which you can do, if it's really close. Sometimes I'll round up. I don't mind being like 10, 15, 20 bucks over. If I really like a trade setup. And it's the same thing if you're on the micro chart, really no different, right? You can do this on whatever platform you're using as well. So especially when we got really volatile, you got to remember we got really volatile with the Trump stuff, right? So you had to really, I had to really utilize this because the ranges would be so big, and now they're kind of shrinking up a little bit now, but they were so big that I really needed to rely on this because you're just not used to that much volatility all the time. And then if you're using the micro chart, you can see here it says, yeah, you could use 5 micros. You could round up maybe to 6. You'd be just a smidge over your risk, right? So that's what I would say. Or at least that's what I did. I mean, but you can do whatever you want. Some people want to push it more aggressively. Because I was copy trading multiple accounts, I didn't feel like I really needed to do so. Because even if I'm making a smaller profit, copied across all the accounts, it adds up. But yeah, really divide your drawdown by whatever number of trades you think is based on your plan and based on your psychology, like the number of trades that it takes for you to lose in a row to blow the account, right? So that's less if you're really pushing it, right? That's a little bit less. Maybe you're dividing your drawdown by 4 or 5 or something like that. But it's really up to you, dude. Like there's no one size fits all. It kind of depends on your mindset, your psychology, your goal, your strategy, all that stuff. So, but that's what I've done recently, and it's worked for me on these. Appreciate you, Daryl. Appreciate you, Daryl. But yeah, honestly, guys, I mean, micros is really all you need. Does NinjaTrader have such a tool? I don't know. I mean, I would assume they have a short or long position tool. Yeah. I mean, but otherwise, you can just use TradingView. I mean, you don't have to pay for a subscription to use the short or long tool. I think a lot of people use TradingView to analyze, even if they use NinjaTrader to execute. Which I may be switching from Mac to PC soon, because that might be, I don't know. I still have to try out TradeSyncer. I want to try out TradeSyncer for copy trading, and if that works well, you guys will see me obviously using it, and then I'll probably be promoting it as well. But I'm not promoting it as of yet because I haven't used it yet, right? So I don't want to end up promoting something that ends up like not like really being, because I have seen some people talk about issues with the copy trading, having issues at times with some of their accounts on it. So I kind of want to see some of those be some of those issues be solved before I, you know, one, I guess even use it, or two, promote it for sure. I don't want to promote something that ends up giving people a bunch of issues. But maybe that won't be the case. But otherwise, long story short, yeah, I might be literally switching from Mac to PC for that exact reason, so I can copy trade more easily across like all these platforms. A bunch of different accounts. I probably would use NinjaTrader. Cap, I know. I want to stay with a Mac. I really do. I want to make it work. I want to make it work with the Mac. I really do. But I might not be able to. So stay tuned. But yeah, sorry, Natalie. I don't have like the great. Maybe somebody else that uses NinjaTraders has a better better tool or something you can use on NinjaTrader. But I would assume they have something very similar to that. If not, just use TradingView and use the free version if you don't want to pay for. You don't need to pay for it to get the short or long tools. This is all just basic stuff. Ninja Flowbot, fine on Mac Parallel. I've heard bad things about Parallels, honestly. I've heard that it's really clunky and slow. So I don't want that. I don't want to do that if that's the case. I'd rather just be native. You're always a Mac guy, but PCs are nice. Yeah. I know. Yeah, everything I have is pretty much Apple. So everything's the same. I like that. I mean, I use like Final Cut Pro for like my video editing and stuff, which Final Cut Pro I'd have to get like a different editing software as well for editing on PC. That'd be kind of a pain in the butt. Not that it's a big deal, but for all these reasons, it'd be much more seamless for me if I was able to make it work and just be able to just execute everything on Mac. To tell you the truth, we'll see. We'll see. I told you boys, I'm a bird getting pushed out of the nest. Now that I have the free reins to go do whatever the hell I want, I get to go explore a little bit. See what's all out there for me. Well, this is interesting here. We are, for the moment, we did create an SMT that still exists here. We got very close here, though, to this high. And look at this. This looks pretty sharp. If you think that I won't stay with the bearish bias, you're fucking incorrect. You couldn't be more wrong. If you think I won't. If you think that I won't. Well, that's the thing. Is I will, you know? That's the thing, is I will. Okay. I don't see anything great though that I love yet. I mean, to be totally honest with you, I would almost want to see this 5-minute inversion before having any high degree of confidence in shorts, if I'm being honest. You know, I'd hate to short and have this reaction, but this 5-minute candle closes in 2 minutes. See if we can at least get the inversion here. What do you guys know about that 10-minute chart? I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of, every time I go to it, it's kind of clean. Javi, I'm looking for shorts, honestly. I feel like I haven't been convinced enough to look for longs, and honestly, if we just kind of grind higher the rest of the day, I don't even know if I'd be interested, in all honesty. I just want to, I just want to, I just don't want to force something that's not there. That's always my biggest mindset on a Friday, because yeah, Friday. I mean, it says nobody likes going into the weekend after a good week. After a good week, it's never the best feeling, right? You wanna go into the weekend on a high note, or at least do the very most minimal damage, right? 5 minute, or I'm sorry, 3 minute. We got this gap here that just formed. 5 minute is about to close here, and it looks like we're actually gonna maybe end up respecting that. Ain't that something? Exactly what I was thinking. You tricky bot, you tricky son of a gun. 8 seconds. Yeah, we didn't quite get to 1 standard deviations of the Asia range yet either. You could see right here. So overall, like, we haven't moved a shit ton. We're still within 1 standard deviations of Asia range. And given that it's NFP Friday, I mean, it's, yeah, a little bit lackluster because of that, I guess. I guess that could change and we could pick up some volume, but what do they call it? Cash Preservation Friday? Kind of disappointing though. NFP is always like one of my favorite days of the month, generally. NFP and CPI day. Where did I learn ICT concepts from? From ICT. If you guys were on JT Trader, you must not have been on. I went through and I scrolled through twice over the last like couple of weeks of me showing like all of the videos I've watched on his channel, and I've watched like, I guess I don't know if I've watched most of them. There's probably some playlists that I haven't even touched, but like I didn't touch any of his charter stuff. Like when he uploaded those, I never watched those. And I really don't plan to, but I've seen a lot of the core content. I've seen pretty much all of 2022, 2023, 2024, all of his videos so far this year. I'm just, obviously just following along at this point with his reviews, but otherwise, yeah, from there and then just trial and error. And that's not to say that you can't learn from other traders. I feel like I've probably learned some stuff off the top of my head. I necessarily can't give you something, but I like to listen to what other traders that I feel like are, even at like ahead of me, so to speak, right, or have more experience than me. Like if other traders have more experience than me, and like it'd be silly of me to not listen to them, in my opinion. So, I think you can take something and learn from everybody. Even if you learn what not to do from some people, I think you can learn something from everybody. I have to have a brother? No, I don't have a brother. Two sisters, actually. I'm the middle child. The middle child. Of course I'm a trader. That checks out, don't it? A tree grow. A. You almost got me though. That's what I'm saying, rotten chicken. Dezak Lamanja. I don't know. I always just go off the front month. I don't really rely on the continuous contract unless I'm just looking back at historical price. Definitely profits. Stixner. Oh, thanks, MT. See, why can't you guys say more stuff like this? Thanks, MT. But just like watching his YouTube vids, yeah, watching his YouTube vids, and I mean, you're gonna learn more from just trial and error yourself. You're never gonna learn much from just watching a YouTube video. You're gonna get the idea and the concepts, but it's a whole different ball game when you're executing in the live market. I think I mean that kind of goes without saying. You still have to be able to put it all together in real time. You got to make real decisions with real risk on the line to some degree, and yeah, you got to live with the consequences either way. So zero YouTube video is gonna like make or break you, right? Yeah, I almost wonder if we just pull back down into this BPR and just keep grinding higher. It just doesn't really interest me, if I'm being honest. Like I would almost prefer to just see it all fail and then look to fade the bulls. Bro is blushing from a whole man. Listen, you don't know what MT. Well, you don't know what MT is. MT could be a beautiful woman. Fingers crossed. Which girl calls her MT, chat? Never know. Maybe it's just to deceive all the trading boys. You know, a little fake out, kind of like the market. What's up, Immortal? Hard week. Yeah, it's been I can't complain too much. It's been actually a good week for me. So oh shit. So I mean, yeah, I just don't want to do. If I'm wrong today, then I want to be wrong and just, you know, keep damage to a minimum. But overall, it's been good. Another payout on the way, so can't complain too much. I am good, Immortal. Thanks for asking. The reason I said we look like we might just want to bounce from this BPR is I'm just watching like the 15-minute up here on the left, and it's flat up here on these highs. Like to me the 15-minute kind of has that, unless this whole 15-minute structure were to completely flip over here, but this looks smooth here off the previous 15-minute candle highs. You can see the previous 15-minute candle wick. So right now I'm kind of envisioning this to bounce, but I'm not interested in that long for all the reasons I've already stated probably 6 times this morning. But if I get my wish and this just breaks down, oh, I'm going to be a happy camper. I am not receiving the payout from the new dashboard, no. I am not. Nope. But yeah, my next feat is this account that you guys see me trading here is a 150K straight to funded from Tradeify. So my next feat, boys and girls, is to start securing some payouts on this. It's kind of been a little bit back and forth on this account, if I'm being honest. I'm kind of hovering still right about like at a break-even point on it. I think right now I'm up like yeah, well, after today's loss, I'm only up like $200 on this account totally, like technically, I guess, but it's been back and forth on this. So I gotta get this. I gotta lock in for this. We gotta lock in the payout over here next. I'm not with Top Step anymore, no. I still trade with them. Don't get me wrong. I'm still, if that's what you're asking, I'm still trading with them. I still have all 5 XFAs with them, but I'm not a partner with them anymore. Zach, I think they're working towards becoming an IB. So I think they're proactively getting ahead of that because I think there's some regulation stuff that wouldn't allow them to have, you know, affiliates like we have in the prop space. Is what I'm hearing. Yeah, introducing broker. That's why you guys don't see like affiliates. There's no such thing as an affiliate for like Tradeivate or AMP or like there's no affiliate. You don't see people posting affiliate links for those things, right? That's why you don't see that stuff. But you do see it in the Forex world where everybody's trading illegal offshore brokerages. Why would you ask? Well, because it's illegal. Which is why they also get paid out their affiliate commissions and if they're lucky enough to get a withdrawal in crypto usually. Did you guys know it's actually illegal to trade CFDs in the United States? Where is the so no CFD trading. CFD trading not legal for US residents and citizens. SEC has banned the practice due to concerns about leverage, complex nature, over-the-counter nature of CFDs. Do I trade the 15-second? Not very well. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I suck at trading the seconds time frames. Like, there's been a couple times I've really nailed it and I've gotten some amazing entries, but more often than not, it's just not good. I end up taking too many small paper cuts when I trade the seconds time frames. If I'm being totally honest, sometimes even the 1 minute gets me into trouble. I found that like a really good intermediate is the 3 minute a lot of the times. But yeah, for whatever reason, those seconds charts, I wish I was good at trading them. I just don't seem to have, I just don't seem to have it as of yet. Top Step just moved to Hong Kong. Oh, you just deleted your message. You moved to Tradeify? Mad babe. Use code Tyler. Ding. Strategy is well, ICT concepts, but strategy is identifying draw and liquidity. And then power of 3 to find my entry towards the draw. So my draw on liquidity this morning was I wanted to see price trade back down 2-stage delivery to data low. So that's my draw. You see price opened up here at 8:30 for NFP, and we just went straight up. It didn't even leave a lower wick. So I want to see the 2-stage delivery to data low. That's my draw on liquidity for today. So yeah, been trying to be patient, identify a power of 3 to take me to it. I took one short already, got stopped out, as we've obviously just kind of been grinding higher here. So just staying patient. And like I said, I'm not going to force it. Obviously, we've been pretty bullish this week. So if it's not there, it's not there. I'm not going to make it happen. Obviously, if I impose my will on the market, it's not going to be good anyway. So just trying to be smart about that. But this will be like, even if price does kind of just continue to drift higher here, I know we're kind of stalling. We're in the middle of the hour. It's 10:39, 10:40, macro in like 10 minutes. But even if I don't know if we're gonna get a setup here in the next, 40 minutes or so around the top of the hour. But this is really gonna be my draw. I'm gonna be waiting on this. I'll be stalking this probably the rest of the day, trying to see if we can get a willingness for price to trade in that direction. That will be what I'm looking for. And I'm totally okay if price decides to just keep sending it higher today. I just won't be a participant. That's fine with me. You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them, folks. We've sang it before, and we'll sing it again. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your ticks when you're sitting at the table. There you go. Are there any advantages to Tradeify over Top Step? Yeah, I would say obviously instant funding. If you do go the eval route, it's a 1-day pass. So there is that. Obviously, you have your pick between intraday drawdown and end of day drawdown. I would imagine most people would prefer end of day drawdown. But I think the instant funding is obviously probably the most attractive thing about it, right? You can get right into a funded account. Obviously, you got to be ready for it. So for those of you guys that are confident in your skills, I just think, like, if you're confident in your skills, why would you not, in my opinion, like most people, even me, whenever I trade a combine, I'm full porting it. I don't care if I blow a couple, because I don't want to be in a combine. I do not want to be in a combine for longer than I need to be. You know what I'm saying? So if you have confidence in your skill, I really don't know why you wouldn't go straight to funded. That's my opinion. But yeah, those advantages, they just, as of yesterday, no more payout windows either. So as soon as you hit your profit target, you can take a payout without, having to reach 5 days of $200, in between or whatever, right? So there's no more payout window. Kind of liking the way that this is starting to break down, honestly. It's early, though. We're not in the macro yet. I kind of want to wait for the macro, honestly. Do we have SMT at least? No, I was gonna say maybe if we had some SMT here, maybe I'd consider just firing away a short right now. Like I said, I'm trying to avoid forcing it. But I'm starting to like the way that this is looking, honestly. If this can continue. BPR here. Macros in like 6 minutes. Oh, it's tempting. It's tempting, but the fact that I'm already hesitating probably tells me all I need to know. Let's just tape read it for now. Small risk? No. No, no, no. That's the only benefit. One of the only benefits of streaming is I'm talking out loud, and if I'm hesitating, I'm saying certain things out loud. I just gotta stick to my guns and stay patient. Because the reality is, even if this does hold, which honestly, if we get the move down, I think it should hold, right? But then once we get like, there's still going to be opportunity for me to enter. I don't need like the very best entry. Obviously, it's always preferred, but I just got to be cognizant of where we're at and the things I'm physically saying right now. So one thing for sure is annoying is when I say one thing and then I totally do the opposite, and then I'm rewatching my stream back later and I'm just like, Tyler, you ding dong, like you literally were saying X and you did Y, you know? So I never like doing that too much. Why are you not confident in this? I don't know. I'm just not. We're not in the macro yet. I kind of thought that this 15-minute high would get rated, which it still could. I thought this looked pretty flat and smooth up here. And we're just kind of going sideways here. We didn't really get like a whole lot of actual displacement lower. We just got a candle lower with a fair value gap. So are we really displacing? Not really. So for those reasons, I'm not confident. But as we roll into the end of the hour here, it could start to look a lot better. I'm a strong believer that when the setup is there, you'll like there's no need to question it. If when you see the setup, you see the setup. It literally jumps off the chart at you a lot of the times. Those are the best ones, right? When it jumps off the chart at you is obvious. Those are generally the trades that it's a no-brainer. You just execute. And then let the chips fall where they may. Haha. Oh, there we go. Inverse that gap. Let's see. Still staying kind of range bound in here. Yeah, we didn't even get this closure on the 5-minute below this order block, or to create this order block. When in doubt, zoom out, right? Somebody says there's a daily fair value gap. I'll take your word for it. Yeah, daily BPR up here. I didn't have it marked out, but I honestly didn't. I wasn't really totally expecting higher today, so. Well, where are we at here? couple minutes till macro begins. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Anthony. Sorry to hear that, Anthony. I don't know if this will make you feel any better, but actually, I don't know if I have it on this one. I do. Here you go, Anthony. 5 big booms.
Boom! 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 Boom!
Five big booms for the blown account. Listen, always makes me feel better. Sometimes you're going to get it wrong. Oof. Yeah, it's a little late. If I take another trade and it gets stops me out, then I'll play it. I want to be able to feel it with you, Anthony. I want to be able to feel it with you. All right, guys. Macro is beginning here. Let's see if we can get any expansion out of this range. I mean, really one way or the other, honestly. But there will be opportunity for me if we go lower. If there's no movement lower and we expand higher, then maybe there won't be. But kind of now or never in the next 20 minutes or so for the morning session. Like I said, I'll still be looking towards data highs later today if there's a willingness for price to go there. If there's not, that's fine. We'll leave the data. We'll leave those data lows for probably next week. We'll look to catch them then, if that is the case. But we'll save the P&L check for a little bit here in a little bit later, probably 10-15 minutes. But hey guys, Brett Simba did offer to do a I don't even know if he's on here. Sometimes he's just lurking and then drops a super chat out of nowhere. Brett Simba did offer to do a joint stream next week if you guys are interested. What do you guys think? Do we get Brett Simba on here? Q&A. It's on the table, boys. What's the community think? I don't know. No, Shamar, I did not say that. Top Step still has their payout window. I was talking about Tradeify. Tradeify, as of yesterday, no payout window. One time. Dude, Trader J Mark, what the hell? Trader, J Mark, don't tell me you got both streams pulled up at the same time. Are you cheating on me? Are you cheating on me? Yes, daily payouts, Callie. Obviously, you got to meet the consistency rule and hit the profit goal for your account. And then, yeah, you can take daily payouts. I got you, J Mark. I got you. You scared me for a second. I thought you were cheating on me, though. You know how the chat is. They'll have multiple streams pulled up. Cheating on me. Using me. Thinking this is some like trading live stream or orgy or something. Speaking of, how do you guys even listen to that? Like, you got like 3 tabs open, 3 different streamers. You're like just bot back and forth and just see who's doing what. Oh, it looks like this person's getting in a trade. Let me turn the audio on here and mute the other ones quick. Is that how that works? Sounds stressful. Is that actually how you guys do it? I mean, how else would you do it? There's an SMT with Tanya and Tyler. That's right. We're diverging right now. That's funny. Cupboard dweller. That's what I'm talking about. Cupboard dweller's a real bro. Just don't ask me to get oiled up again. GC stopped me out by 2 ticks. Runs an Audi. Yeah, I don't trade gold at all. I have a buddy that just that's what he prefers for some reason. I have so much animosity towards gold for my old forex trading days. Honestly, granted, I didn't know what I was doing, but I'm still gonna hold a grudge against gold just because I want to. For now, maybe we'll reconcile in the future. Never say never. Justin Bieber taught us that. We all know that. Well, remember when you guys were saying why are you not so confident in this move here? Has your questions been answered yet? Do I look smart yet or no? I know that we haven't really invalidated it either, but like this is just, why would you want to be sitting in this? Oh my God. Talk about stress. You guys have gray hairs you'll have gray hairs before you're 30, sitting in trades like that all the time. Holy shit. Yeah, the consistency rule. Well, yeah. So the consistency rule is 20%. 20%, which I hear people complain about consistency rules. It's like, bro, the only people that are going to complain about a consistency rule are people that are literally just full sending it all the time. Like if you're trading the exact same without gambling pretty consistently, like are you not going to have pretty consistent results? Like your winners, your losers, like they're all going to be pretty consistent, I would say, like predominantly, right? So the whole consistency rule complaining thing, it's like I actually don't get it. To me, you're just kind of telling on yourself that you're really trying to push it hard to get like a windfall, so to speak. But you got to keep in mind as well, guys, like rules are in place for a reason. The deals have to make sense on both sides, right? Like it has to make sense for the firm because we need the firms to make money too. If they don't make money, then they're not going to be able to pay out their traders. And that's the whole point. So, and yeah, what Anthony said, there's 35% consistency rule on the other accounts, the eval accounts. 20% is straight to funded. Yeah, exactly what J Mark said. Unless you full port, like it shouldn't really ever be an issue, in my opinion. You know, and if if you make a lot of money, you're not like penalized for it. You just got to make more outside of that one trade to where it balances out. My risk management, I've just been trading like $750 risk roughly per trade. Maybe a little bit less though sometimes. I would say 750 is kind of like the limit though. I don't really ever try to go over that too much. But as the account grows, you could potentially look to scale that up. You know, risk 1,000, maybe a little bit more. I want to get to the targets first. Get to the targets, secure payouts, make the accounts risk free, and then from there it's you know, it's totally on you, right? But once your risk is covered, if you're thinking about it like a business, money in, money out, then that's once you've covered your risk, you got a little bit more free range to kind of do what you want. I have not done it, so no. The only companies you'll see me affiliated with here moving forward are going to be firms that have been around for a little while, are reputable, and that I think you can trust. You know, say what you want about Apex. I've said my fair share of things about Apex, but at the end of the day, do they pay their traders out? They pay their traders out. Then at the end of the day, that's why we're all here anyway. So but no, I have not tried funded next futures. I have never even I don't know if I've ever even heard of them. But that's not to say that I won't partner with other firms, guys, in the future. I just you know, like I told you guys earlier in the week, I'm not gonna be just like willy-nilly adding links all over the place for like no reason. And the ones that I'll be promoting here in the short term are going to be firms that I'm actively going to be pursuing using myself, and working towards getting payouts from them, along with still trading the XFAs. Yeah, my fund of futures is good too. Use code Tyler. Yeah, I think it's 50% actually, 50% off right now for new users if you've never used them, up until I believe the end of the month. Let's go, Anthony. What do I got for you here?
Nice.
Appreciate it, my man. Tyler, I'm in Europe. What futures firm would you recommend? I would recommend any of the major ones. I would say my top firms like you could trust and use, trade on. Top Step, Tradeify, My Fund of Futures, Apex. That's a little bit harder on Apex though because the rules are a little bit different with the intraday trailing drawdown. One firm I'm actively looking into right now as well that I might be partnering with is Take Profit Trader. But if I'm being totally honest with you guys, I'm just not super educated on the firm as of yet. But I might be partnering with them as well. So more to come on that, but that's what I would say. If you get a My Fund of Futures account or a Tradeify account, well, use code Tyler. Ding. Do appreciate it. No, in all seriousness, the stream is viewer supported. No course, no mentorship, no private groups. I stream completely for free. So if you guys choose to support the channel, it is appreciated. Don't feel obligated to. The only thing I do ask is you leave a like. That's my only fee for being here, is that you leave a like at least. Some of you guys are due. All right? Rent is due in form of liking the stream. So you better hit that like button. And guys, Brett Simba is the CEO of Tradeify, for the couple of you that were asking. So if you guys are down, we can do a collab stream next week. He offered to come on and do a Q&A. For those of you guys that don't know some of his background, he's been trading for a long time. He kind of did the whole, he went the influencer route for a while. and now is the one of the founders and head of Tradeify. So could be some value there for those of you guys, whether it be on the trading side or whether it be on the prop firm side. But yeah, I was asking him a little bit yesterday. We had a call yesterday, and I was asking him kind of how he trades, because he seems like he kills it. Honestly, I've been following him on X for a while, and yeah, he seems like he knows what he's doing on these charts, boys and girls. Which I don't know if you could say that about a lot of other. I don't think you could say that about a lot of other prop firm owners. I don't think you could say that. I think a lot of people just get into the prop firm space as a great business opportunity because it's lucrative, without there being any sort of like actual ever trading success or trading expertise or knowledge, which is obviously less than ideal. So you guys remember the scene from Wolf of Wall Street when they're sitting in the what is that called, the boardroom, and they're all just sitting there, gooble gobble one of us, we accept him one of us, gooble gobble one of us, like that. Picture like that. That's Brett Simba, is what I'm saying. Jordan, your dad's here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. What was the amount? $20,000 on fucking sides? What the Kia Cancer? That was why the sides were expensive. They did Kia Cancer, yes. What's EJ Entertainment? Yeah, Jordan. What is that? What is that, Jordan? That's funny. Yo, I gotta watch that movie again. It's been too long. Well, shit, guys, man. we're just snoozing here. I'd love to be talking about charts and trade opportunities, but there's not a whole lot of opportunity to be had with this right now. So we might be looking to hop off for the moment. I will be watching price, obviously, as the day kind of rolls on, to see if we do get something, maybe a little two-stage delivery a little later on. We might not, though. Like I said, I'm not going to force anything. For those of you guys that maybe hopped on late or weren't on, I did take one trade today. It was an L. The thought process was that we had taken out the recent high. So we had taken this high out here. You guys know how I generally like to play these days is two-stage delivery events. It's Friday. We had an expansion week. Wanted to see price maybe also retrace to 50%, 20 to 30% of the weekly range for a TGIF. So that kind of all aligned with the two-stage delivery, which is why I held a bearish bias that I did. And, just thinking in terms of a weekly PO3, you're expecting that upper wick to be created at some point on the weekly candle as well, which is what the TGIF model is essentially framed around. But the trade that I took after we got this sweep, we're starting to get this breakdown. You could bounce around any really of these internal smaller time frames, 3 minute and under, and you could find bearish order flow starting to respect. The entry that I took, however, was we had bullish SMT here. Bullish SMT. This is important. Bullish SMT. So I was not interested in shorting I wasn't interested from shorting this fair value gap here because of this SMT. And obviously we were trading up from higher time frame bullish fair value gaps here to the left. So I'm waiting. And then we get this, if you guys were on or watching price at this time, like the last few seconds of this candle, we just absolutely flipped green to black in my case. And got this strong closure, ended up taking out this SMT. And so I was like, damn, if we can get price to pull back at all, I'm going to hop in this. Added a starter position here on this candle, and then added more as we pulled back into this order block here on the 1 minute. and it just got ran out. So we ran us out here, and now we've kind of just been grinding higher and going sideways here ever since. But that was the only trade attempt I took, trying to get short to the data low. So yeah, I'm down like $710 on the day from that, with a payout on the way. I still haven't gotten the email yet, but the money has been deducted from my accounts this morning, so I should get the email today at some point. For those curious and wondering. But yeah, man, let's do a quick P&L check before you guys hop off. See where everybody's at, and we'll stall just in case price does something crazy in the next couple of minutes. But yeah, it's been a green week overall for me, guys. It's been pretty good. Today is the only red day if I don't get any other trades in today. So I guess it could be worse. And I didn't push anything. I didn't force anything. Like that was my whole plan when I got on stream today, was I just don't want to force something that's not there. And I feel like I was able to do that pretty successfully today for the most part. Yeah, guys, let me know how you guys did today. Red, green, or flat. Dude, trade funded, yes. Yep. So the trade I took today was on a Tradeify, straight to funded, 150K. I'll be adding a few more of these as well, and then I'll probably be trying out Trade Syncer. I'm gonna copy trade these, because Trade Syncer will allow me to copy trade with my main execution from the leader account being on TradingView still. I really like that. If that can work well, that'd be awesome. Because then I don't gotta pull up like Tradeivate, or I don't gotta pull up another platform to trade it on. So that would be ideal if I could do that. So I'll keep you guys updated on that as well. What else? But yeah, if you guys get any My Fund of Futures or Tradeify accounts, all I ask is you could use the code Tyler. You know, just go ahead and use it. Help your boy out. Poor little old me. Just on here for the culture. Oh, and then by the way, the code gives, for anybody that's new to Tradeify, just throw this out there, 40% off. 40% off your first purchase. 40% off first purchase. Returning users is 30% off. Obviously, the pricing is more for the straight to fundeds because there's no eval phase. There's no activation fee. So you take the total cost. Take the total cost of what you would normally spend for a 150K account. We'll just use TopSip as an example. You spend $149 for the combine. You spend $149. Let's just say you reset once. Hypothetically, on average. Like what would you say the average reset that people do on accounts? Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 1 point? Could you average it out to 1.5? You know? So let's say you average 1 reset in there. Okay, Cigar Deep says 2. Let's just say you reset once. 149, then activation fee. You know, you're looking at 450 there. And plus you still had to go through the time that it took to get funded. Right? And if you reset twice, then you're still paying more anyway. You know? So to me, it's worthwhile. Like I said before, if you're confident in your skill set and you know you have an edge, I don't know. I don't see why you wouldn't just opt out of saving yourself the time and go straight to sim funded. That's my opinion. The eval phase is great though. If you're still kind of testing some things, still trying to refine your strategy a little bit, you know, then go the eval phase. You'll spend less money up front. If you trade well, you get funded. So then you end up getting funded for a little bit cheaper of a all-in cost for that account. So it's really up to you, and it really kind of just depends on where you're at in your trading at the moment, I would say. Tradeify, Arnold. Oh, look at that. Streamlabs just put it in the chat right as I said that. There you go. Beauty. Beauty. Yeah, guys, like the stream. Looking at the P&L check, we've got, most of the chat is red today. It looks like there's a good opportunity for a lot of people to have been chopped up in this. if I'm being totally honest. So I will keep an eye out on this. I'll keep you guys updated on probably X, YouTube, and the Discord. If you guys aren't in the Discord, feel free to hop in there. The link is in the chat somewhere. You might have to scroll up for it. If you'd like, guys. But yeah, looking ahead to next week, we have PMI on Monday. Interesting. We have no news Tuesday, and we have Fed funds rate Wednesday. Interesting. Honestly, Tuesday might be the trap next week. No news Tuesday, day before FOMC. I do think I'll be streaming Monday. I'll be streaming Tuesday. Potentially a collab stream with Brett Simba next week. I'm not sure exactly what day that will be if we do that. And then Fed funds rate Wednesday. So I probably won't stream Wednesday morning, but I'll stream Wednesday in the PM session, and we'll trade post FOMC right when Jerome Powell starts doing his thing. And then Thursday, Friday will be my plan, guys. But hey, stay safe. Enjoy your weekend. Appreciate you guys being here as always. Like the stream before you go. And if you decide to give My Fun of Futures or Tradeify a go, use the code Tyler. If not, I don't know why you hate me, but no, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Enjoy your Friday. Appreciate you guys being here as always. And hey, y'all be good now. I'll see you guys next week.
Sits at his desk, coffee in hand. The NASDAQ charts on his screen, he's in command. He's a day trader, chasing dollars and dreams. Using ICT concepts, he's got some tricks up his sleeves. From Fibonacci retracements to volume spread analysis, Tyler knows the smart money. He's gaining an advantage. He watches the market like a hawk in the sky. With every tick and every turn, he's catching the high. Running with the smart money, kicking up dust. Tyler trades a day trader you can trust. Dancing with the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks, he's a millionaire. With the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks, he's a millionaire.